The conflict between India and Pakistan is escalating rapidly. What began as a targeted airstrike on May 6th has now intensified into a broader, multi-dimensional conflict.
Breaking news coming in, viewers. Indian Air Force has launched Operation Sindoor. Indian armed forces have launched Operation Sindoor, hitting terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan.
On May 6th, India launched Operation Sindoor, a series of coordinated air and missile strikes targeting 9 alleged terrorist infrastructure sites in Punjab and Pakistani-administered Kashmir. The strikes were in response to the April 22nd attack on Hindu tourists in Kashmir, an attack India blamed on Pakistan-based militants that left 26 people dead. India's top military brass stated the strikes were aimed at Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba facilities, identified as training centers and recruitment hubs. Pakistan, however, vehemently denied harboring any militant camps and accused India of targeting civilian areas, causing significant casualties. According to Pakistani officials, 26 civilians were killed and 46 wounded in the strikes, with missiles hitting sites in Bahawalpur and Rawalakot.
I can confirm you that 5 Indian aircrafts, including 3 Rafale, 1 Su-30 and 1 MiG-29 have been shot down, and 1 Heron drone has also been shot.
But the situation escalated further on May 7th when Pakistan claimed to have shot down 5 Indian aircraft that violated its airspace over Kashmir. Local media reported seeing burning wreckage of Indian fighter jets in multiple locations, with 3 confirmed crashes on the Indian side of the border.
Vigilance have so far neutralized 12 Arab drones at various locations.
The next day, on May 8th, the conflict took another dangerous turn. Pakistan's military claimed it had shot down 12 Indian drones that violated its airspace. These drones, identified as Israeli-made Harop loitering munitions, targeted strategic locations in Karachi and Lahore, Pakistan's 2 largest cities and critical economic hubs. According to Ahmed Sharif Chaudhry, the Pakistani military spokesperson, the drones appeared in coordinated swarms, and debris is now being collected from crash sites across both cities. This incident marks a significant escalation. It's no longer about border clashes, but about taking the conflict directly to urban centers, a move that raises the stakes dramatically. The use of Israeli-made Harop drones by India signifies a tactical shift towards advanced aerial warfare. Unlike conventional airstrikes, loitering munitions can hover over targets for extended periods before striking, making them ideal for precision attacks on high-value targets like command centers, radar installations, and ammunition depots. India's choice to deploy these drones not only underscores its intent to disrupt Pakistani military infrastructure, but also sends a powerful signal to Islamabad. Nowhere is off limits, not even the country's economic heart. The selection of Karachi and Lahore as targets is particularly significant. Karachi is the southern terminus of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, a project that is crucial to China's Belt and Road Initiative. Any threat to Karachi is, in essence, a threat to China's economic interests. Meanwhile, Lahore, close to the Indian border, is Pakistan's second-largest city and a major military and logistical hub. Targeting such dense urban centers with drones is a clear indication that the conflict is poised to move beyond border skirmishes into the realm of urban warfare. For Pakistan, the downing of 12 drones in one day is both a strategic and psychological blow. While it showcases Pakistan's air defense capabilities, it also raises questions about India's ability to penetrate deep into Pakistani airspace. Islamabad's military planners now face a critical dilemma: how to counter a new dimension of aerial warfare that threatens not just military sites, but civilian populations and economic infrastructure. For China, the escalation into drone warfare is a strategic nightmare. Beijing's worst-case scenario has always been a prolonged conflict that threatens CPEC investments, particularly in Karachi, the southern gateway for Chinese goods flowing into the Arabian Sea. The fact that India targeted Karachi, where multiple CPEC projects are under construction, with loitering munitions sends a chilling message to Beijing. China's investments are vulnerable. The Harop drones, which can loiter for hours before striking, could theoretically be used to target CPEC infrastructure, including power plants, railway stations, and the Gwadar port. If India escalates its drone campaign, China might be forced to step up its security commitments to Pakistan, potentially deploying Chinese-made air defense systems to protect key assets or expanding intelligence-sharing networks to detect drone incursions early. Additionally, Beijing may be compelled to increase its diplomatic pressure on India. Thus far, China has publicly urged restraint on both sides, but with its own projects at risk, Beijing could shift its tone. The use of drones in Pakistani airspace is not only about India versus Pakistan, it's also about India versus China. India's deployment of Israeli-made Harop drones is a clear signal that New Delhi is willing to expand its technological arsenal to maintain dominance in South Asia. For China, which has been working on its own drone warfare capabilities, the Harop's deployment offers critical intelligence on India's evolving tactics and technological capabilities. Moreover, China is acutely aware that if India is willing to deploy advanced drones against Pakistan, it might also be willing to use similar technology against Chinese positions along the disputed Himalayan border. In this sense, the drone strikes are a test case for Beijing, a preview of what India's military strategy might look like in a future Sino-Indian conflict. Globally, the response to the drone strikes has been muted but tense. The United States has expressed concern over the use of drones in urban areas, but has not explicitly condemned India's actions, a sign of its strategic alignment with New Delhi in countering perceived terrorism. Meanwhile, Russia, a supplier of military equipment to both India and Pakistan, has called for restraint but stopped short of offering mediation. For China, the geopolitical chessboard is becoming increasingly complex. Beijing must balance its support for Pakistan against the risk of driving India further into the US camp, especially as Washington positions itself as a backer of India's anti-terror campaign. The use of drones to target major Pakistani cities has altered the calculus for China. It is no longer a matter of border skirmishes and airstrikes, but of urban warfare and economic sabotage, a scenario that directly threatens Chinese investments and citizens in Pakistan. Beijing now faces a critical decision. Should it stay on the sidelines, maintaining neutrality, or step up as Pakistan's protector, risking deeper conflict with India? The stakes have never been higher. With tensions escalating and India demonstrating its willingness to use advanced drone technology, the next move is China's. The world is watching to see whether Beijing will act as a stabilizer or a silent enabler, as South Asia teeters on the brink of a wider war. Stay tuned to cutting-edge insights for more in-depth analysis of this unfolding crisis and what it means for the regional power dynamics and global security.